Hey friends, welcome in or welcome back to the channel. This is Miss Tarot, and I am back again today with a weekly bite-sized tarot reading. And if you are fans of the channel or are just getting familiar with my readings, you will know that this is a week ahead reading that I do that kind of explores overall main energies. This is for the general collective. It is also timeless, so whenever you need to see it, it's going to pop in for you. But we look at overall energies. We take a little bit more of a mini in-depth look at what these energies, how they might manifest, some opportunities, some challenges, and kind of wrap it up with any messages that might come through from your spiritual team. So without further ado, let's get moving. We are using the Soul's Journey Oracle cards. And we will be using the Tarot of the Abyss, and I have this new little angel messages thing that we will use to wrap up towards the end, which is I've been dying to use. So, okay, let's see here. We have the Emperor, we have the High Priestess, we have the Queen of Wands, we have the Three of Pentacles, and we have the Six of Wands. Okay. So I'm going to go through a few interpretations because I do think there are two groups of you that this will apply to. The first group I do think is more of an entrepreneurial type spirit. This is somebody who owns their own business or trying to get some sort of creative venture off the ground. This is not a typical 9-to-5 venture. And then for those of you who have the typical 9-to-5 and work environment, this we'll talk about this a little bit later, so feel free to kind of skip ahead. I'll actually link your part once I get going on that in the description below. So for those of you who are on the more entrepreneur type side, where you have your own business that you either are just getting off the ground or could possibly be kind of just in the middle of kind of getting it off the ground, I would probably say that with the Judgment card here, there are two ways we could go through this. We have you possibly being an extremely harsh critic of yourself and possibly letting a lot of self-doubts and self-limiting beliefs kind of creep in, or you are being or are hearing negative comments from others who you are letting seep into your subconscious mind. I have the High Priestess here, and she is kind of the guardian of the subconscious. She is the divine counterpart to the Magician, who's, about creativity and manifestation and kind of yielding everything to, bringing about into their power, just kind of alchemizing a lot of things and turning the practical into magic, right? So with the High Priestess, we have that here, except for in more of a subconscious way, okay? And we have the Emperor too. But I do think with the Queen of Wands at the center of the reading, I think that this is essentially you. Whether you are the entrepreneurial person or the 9-to-5 person, I think this is, since she popped into the center of the reading, this is you and what you are bringing to this reading. There is a passion and a fire here in this particular person who wants to create, wants to be dynamic, and is at a whole a very articulate and I already said dynamic, but you know what I mean, like charismatic person who wants to go after this dream that they have, or this project, or just this wonderful idea with all their heart, right? But I do see that there could be a little bit of judgment coming from some sides. So for those of you who have your own business and trying to get it off the ground, there may be people who are possibly being very vocal about their disagreement with what they think you are doing or should be doing. It doesn't make sense to them. But like the Judgment card says, that you understand that everyone and has their own unique path and challenges, and it might seem weird, whatever you're doing, to those on the outside, but there are that vocal minority that is kind of maybe seeping into your subconscious and making you kind of question yourself if you should really be able to do this, or if you should go back to something more conventional, there is a whole group of people who are cheering for you. There's also a sense here that you might need to be able to reach out and collaborate, or at least be around like-minded people to kind of help you boost that self-confidence. Right now, you seem to be kind of around a lot of people who don't agree with what you're doing. And if you're constantly bombarded with negativity, or that's just going to affect you, okay? Instead of surrounding yourself with people who are more positive about what you're doing and kind of lift you up, instead of kind of creating this self-doubt, because there's a whole group of people who are cheering for you. There is a whole group of people who are, number one, cheering for you, and also you're making it look pretty easy, and they're like, and you're inspiring people. They're like, if they can do it, why can't I? So pay attention to the good aspects of what you are doing. And just because somebody doesn't understand why or what you are doing, you have no need to explain yourself or why you want to do this. You just do it, okay? Life is short. Follow your heart. And that's why I think the Queen of Wands is here for you. And also the Emperor. And the Emperor is somebody who's very self-assured. He is confident. He very much has things in control. He's kind of the ruler over that aspect of his life. And I think that's how you are typically, but you are just kind of, maybe this week you're going to be letting people kind of seep into that subconscious and create those self-doubts. So just don't let them do that, okay? Now, for those of you who are the kind of the 9-to-5 people, I do see a couple ways that could be going about here. Either you are somebody who has been working on a project or some sort of task at work that has been getting things off the ground, but you have been working in collaboration with people and your light is shining. So you're attracting a lot of good, positive feedback. People are seeing how capable and smart and talented you are. However, there may be a few people who are pretty envious or judgmental of you when it comes to that. And that is, there's a wonderful quote that talks about how envy is. And envy is, it's I can't remember the quote, but basically it's a compliment, but kind of in a negative way. It's like they want what you have, but they don't have the strength to do it themselves, essentially. And everybody does, but there's this level of envy here that I see where they are kind of judging your performance and wondering why that you can come in and just swoop things together and they can't, okay? Don't let that affect you. Okay, that is not something you need to concern yourself with. People over there are going to talk, going to do. You just do you and continue to shine brightly. And the people who are meant to notice are going to notice, okay? Now, if you are the person who is being very envious, I would probably encourage you to take a step back and really look at where your inner creativity and your inner light starts to shine, because everybody has a role and everybody has a place, and it also has a lot to do with timing as well. So, if you are trying to make yourself into something that you are not, more than likely you are not going to succeed. But if you show the world yourself, your fire, your light, and in a very authentic way, you will achieve that 6 of Wands that this other recognition that this other person is getting. You're the one that needs to step into your power and your own self-confidence instead of looking at what somebody else has and what they have done and wishing for the same. You have the ability to do it, right? But for those of you also on both sides of the fence, the entrepreneur and the more conventional work life, there is a strong sense of needing to collaborate and be around like-minded people, and also kind of benefit from their knowledge as well. So just kind of use that to pull yourself into more confidence, kind of hone your craft, hone your ability to get things done, to move your project forward, whatever it is, and really let that confidence, that light, that fire and passion shine, because that's what brings about the recognition. And it's that energy that you have to get things done, to have those accomplishments. And when you tend to accomplish things, you get this kind of like boost of, wow, yes, I can. And you go on to greater things after that. It's just like little baby steps. And once you conquer this week with these challenges, it will set you up for more success down the road, because you will be able to see, hey, I can do this all on my own without others, so long as I'm being authentic to my true self. And I can kind of block these naysayers out of the way and stick with people who kind of are my cheerleaders versus the people who are kind of like, I don't know, that doesn't really seem like you should be doing that. Just don't even listen to them. Okay. All right. So, and we will pull your last angel message card, and you got the number 13. I am confident. Yes, you are going to be, aren't you? It says, you are a conscientious worker with a knack for coming up with creative ideas and turning them into something real. An optimistic but practical outlook keeps you determined and on track as you work steadily towards your goals. And if that's not confirmation for this, I don't know what is. Okay. So thank you so much for being here, everybody. Those are all the messages that I have for you today. Definitely take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe if this reading resonated with you, and stay on the lookout for another reading that we'll be posting very soon. I would probably say maybe today if I can get some editing done. Excuse me. If I can get my voice to work, actually. And yeah, that is all. I hope you have a tremendously beautiful week. Thank you for being here. Take care. See you.